Alrighty, good morning folks. Out and about this morning, out in the bush. This area, well, you've seen me work out here before, but this was used to be part of the park. Not anymore. Been here about 5 minutes. This is my first target I've actually dug. And you can see just here I've turned out what appears to be a silver coin. It looks to be a threepence. It's a bit hard in this early morning light. The sun's not out properly, but no, definitely a threepence. I'm not going to be able to get a date off it right now because the light's not good enough, but excellent. So that's a silver start. How good's that? Sweet as. Alright, let's keep on going, see what else we can find. And I've dropped it down here. Here we go. Alright, let's keep going folks, eh? Alrighty folks, so here's my next find. Still working away through this bush. You can hear the wildlife in the background just starting to wake up, but I just popped myself a nice little harmonica reed, so looks to be about kid size. There we go there folks. Not a bad little find. Sweet as. Let's keep going, see what else we can find, eh? Alright folks, my next find was a cheeky little 95 on the XP Deus. And it wasn't very deep at all, and you can see it just nestled in amongst the roots there. It looks to be a halfpenny in size. It is. It's a skippy halfpenny. The light being what it is in here, I can't really see the date. I think it says 58 or 53, one of those two. But I can't get it too close to this camera because macro doesn't work that well on the GoPros. But there you go there folks. You've got a 1950s skippy halfpenny. And there's Queen Elizabeth on the back there. So more than likely 1958 I'd say. Alright. No, there it is there. I think I can see it, 1953. Alright folks, let's keep going, see what else we can find, eh? Alright folks, so my next find, there's this kind of a path that goes through the bush here, and just off on the right hand side of it, I've got a signal down fairly deep. Dug as small a hole as possible, and you can see I've just popped a silver coin out, just here, that was kind of wedged into a bit of a ball. I'll reach in there and get that. So it's about sixpence in size, and it is a sixpence. 1931 as best as I can make out. Got a 1931 sixpence right in the middle of the path. And there is King George V on the back. So not a bad little find at all, right in the most unlikeliest of places. It's not anywhere I've actually bothered to run the detector over before, because I figured, you know, it's a path, people have been stepping on it, it'll be fairly rock hard. In reality it's not, and it's not really a formed path anyway, it's just a track someone took once, it's become a path. But sweet, that's the second silver for the day, and the day is only young. Alright, let's keep going, eh? Alright, so as I was filling my hole back in, you can see I've just sort of started. I decided to run the XP Deus over the top of the hole again, and you can see just off to the right hand side there was a threepence in the spoil as well. Just here. I'll go in and grab that. Well, it's about threepence in size. And it's King George VI on the back. So it's more than likely a wartime coin, or it's just after. So it's 1947, so it's a 50% silver threepence. Sweet, so I've got a halfpenny and 3 silvers so far. I've been out here less than an hour. This is a pretty awesome spot. Alright, let's keep going. Alrighty folks, it looks like I've got my first penny of this trip. Up on top of this big old mossy rock, which is where, when it was a park, I reckon it'd be somewhere you'd sit you can see I've got quite a shallow hole. And if you look down in there, got what appears to be a penny. It's a skippy penny. Bit of a scrub. And it's a 1952 skippy penny. So that's going to have King George VI on the back of it. And there he is there. Sweet as. I might just check that hole. That coin's looking mighty fresh on that side. So let's just have a bit of a sniff around. Nah, must have been up against the rock. I don't know if you saw, but the coin was looking quite shiny on the king's side, like it had been in contact with something else, but it appears it was just in contact with the rock. Alright, sweet as. Let's see what else we can find, eh? Alrighty folks, so just over here was where I got that penny. I've travelled probably, I don't know, 3-4 metres to the north. Apologise for all the wildlife. It is early in the morning and the birds are making their morning noise before they head off and do whatever it is they do. But even from back up here you can see what appears to be silver in the hole down there, so next to another big rock here. I'm going to reach in there, pop that out, and I've got myself a shilling. So Queen Elizabeth on the back, so it's going to be a young one. So late 50s, early 60s. And I'll bring it up close to my face so I can see. 1954. So there you go there folks, it's a 1954 Ram's Head shilling. That's, oh look at the size of that worm, look at him. Come here. Oh, look at that big fatty. And of course he's pissed all over me, but that's a big fat worm. Alright, let's kick on, eh? Alrighty folks, still going out here. My next find is sitting just up here, and it looks to be a decorative brooch or hairpiece of some description. As you can see there, it's a butterfly. It looks like it's got, or had at some stage, rhinestones in it. And if I just clean the back off a little bit, you can see where the clip used to be. So it's a hairpiece. Helps if I keep the camera on it so you can actually see. I might give that a little bit of a toothbrush and get back to you. Wait one. Yep, alrighty, so there you go there folks. It appears to be a hairpiece of some description. And you can see on the back where the folding clip would have attached and held it securely in the hair. Beautiful little piece, you know, value nothing. But historical value, it's pretty cool. I do like the fact it's got one rhinestone still there. It gives you some kind of idea of how it used to look. Excellent. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. Go home for breakfast. I've got a full day on, so I thought I'd come out nice and early and get amongst it. Alright folks, let's see what we find next, eh? Alrighty folks, it's probably about 5 minutes after my last find. I've sort of progressed along a little bit through this bush. And I stopped digging this up as soon as I saw the top pop up. So I've got most of it out, but you can see I've got what appears to be an old pocket watch. Now, I know a little bit about watches, and the crown on this one looks reasonably modern. When I say reasonably modern, possibly post World War II. But I'll give it a bit of a clean up with the toothbrush, and I'll come back to you, see if we can't get a maker's mark off the bridge or something similar. Alright, one moment. Alright folks, there it is there, all cleaned up. I often wonder about these, like you find the movement and you don't find the case. Now ordinarily the case, if it was an older pocket watch, would be made of silver, or if you were really well off, it would be made of gold. So I suppose it does make sense that if your pocket watch isn't working anymore, you would just take the movement out, throw it away, get another movement, and put it in the case. But this doesn't appear to be a particularly old one. The hoop is made of a base metal, so is the crown. There's no case in the hole at all, so it's probably, looking at it, there's no maker's mark on the bridge, which would be here. No maker's mark on the bridge at all, so I'm going to say it's a 1950s, maybe 1960s pocket watch. It's been gutted, movement thrown away, and they've kept the case. All right, but it's a nice find nonetheless. All right, let's keep on going, eh? All right, folks, still going along. I just popped out of a really shallow hole just here. I don't know if you can see it tucked in the back there. What appears to be a halfpenny. It's a King George V halfpenny. And there he is there, which means it's Commonwealth of Australia half. And a little bit of a finger clean gives us 1933. So we've got a 1933 Commonwealth of Australia halfpenny. Sweet. Actually, all I really need to get the full house is a florin. But notoriously difficult to find because they are worth a bit. Alright, let's keep going. Alrighty folks, just a quick wrap up of the hunt this morning. It was reasonably short, reasonably brief. I didn't have a lot of time. Needed to be back home in time for breakfast. A bit of a late start for me too. I sort of didn't leave the house till about 5:30. So anyway, how'd we go? We got a number of pre-decimal coins, and you pretty much saw all of these come out. So that bush area I'm still working used to be part of a park previously, and it's been let to regenerate. We've got a 1952 penny and a 1953 halfpenny, as well as a 1933 half. In the silvers we did alright for such a short hunt. We've got a 1954 Ram's Head shilling, a 1921 or 31 sixpence. It's rather worn, it's hard to decipher what it is. And in the threepences, a 1925 and a 1947. As far as 1 and 2 cent pieces go, we got one, which is pretty good. And then we've got the little odds and sods. We've got this pocket watch movement. Now I've been all over this, and there is no writing on the bridge, so it makes it hard to identify a maker. I can tell you that the top's not silver at all. We have that beautiful little hairpiece with the broken off back on it, and the harmonica reed. So all in all, not bad for maybe an hour and a half, max 2 hours. Sweet as. Alright folks, hope you enjoyed the hunt, and we'll see you on the next one, eh?